Right, so I'm Chris here with Icelandic Music Review.
Yay!
Rock. I'm here with the ever well-dressed Lord Pusswhip.
Yay!
Good to see you, man.
Likewise.
So, as you, the reader, may have noticed, there is already many questions that this man has been answering, which is on the left side of the column. And this is basically the first episode in what I hope to become a long-running dinner and interview television program.
Fuck yeah.
So, with that said, I just wanted to say thank you for spending your time with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
So, we chose B5 and the burger joint because
Guppies.
Guppies. And he knows, Soder knows the owner somewhat, and
No, like all my, it was almost freakish, because basically my whole group of friends worked at Bullan, the hamburger joint.
yeah.
But I never worked at Bullan, so I was like constantly, when I was in Reykjavik, and like almost the whole majority of my friends who were working there, I would just like get free stuff, which was really, really nice. Well, not free stuff all the time, but like discounts and shit. Yeah, that's cool.
So, on that note, yeah, it's got a really nice ambience, and if you get a chance to come down to the burger joint, it's right next to B5.
Oh yeah,
and
also if you're in London, because they have two burger joints in London now, that was voted the best burger in the UK and stuff.
No shit.
Yeah.
All right, that's kind. Okay, so now on to you, and we know you've had a very productive weekend. You were at Lunga Festival.
Yeah.
Where the hell was that anyway?
I was in Seyðisfjörður, which is a small town in the valley in the east fjords of Iceland, and it's a cool town. My dad is from there, so I have a lot of family there, and it's like kind of you could say a cultural capital of the east part of the country, because like there's a vibrant art scene there, largely thanks to Dieter Roth, the German I guess modernist artist who moved to Iceland and lived there, and his offspring is still living there, and he's kind of the guy who taught Icelanders that art was not only landscapes and stuff, landscape paintings. So he's like hugely influential, I think.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And there's a lot of cool stories about that stuff. I always feel very like zen in Seyðisfjörður. It's like a very peaceful environment.
Is that where they have the experimental art festival? Is that like?
Yeah, Lunga.
Yeah, and the building itself is pretty interesting, right? Is there a building?
No, it's just in the social. Well, the HQ is in the social home, or what do you call it, in Seyðisfjörður.
Okay.
But
okay, because Ava Fjell told me that it was like he went and performed at this experimental music venue.
Oh, that's something else. Oh fuck, I can't recall the name, but I think I know what you're talking about. It's some like avant-garde electronic festival or something.
Well, that's cool. So what was it like? I mean, what was the organization like? What was the feel of the whole event?
It's my third time there, and my second time as a guest. Like the last time I went, I was kind of writing for Djavaf, the newspaper.
Okay.
But it's just like, it's a very kind of laid-back mix of art and music, and they have workshops and exhibitions and concerts and happenings. I recommend it.
Any really crazy stories you can tell about what happened?
Well, maybe not this year, but like, well, once my brother was thrown down a flight of stairs for no apparent reason. Okay, it was because he was talking shit. Yeah, that's why. Okay. But
we should mention that his brother is Þórður Ingi Jónsson.
Yeah,
the famous artist.
Yeah.
All right.
Very famous artist.
Extremely famous artist.
He got thrown down a flight of stairs because he is when he is in a how do you say, like festive mood, he talks a lot of shit, I guess, and I can get him into a lot of trouble. So he said something to someone, and people get very drunk and rowdy in the countryside, and also like I feel that there's some weird tension between people from Reykjavik and people who live in the country.
Oh yeah.
Because like not to hate on people from the country, because I also obviously like that's what, for example, the Progressive Party probably wants to do, is like divide and conquer, or whatever you say. It sounds dramatic, but that's basically what they want to do, is divide people into, you know, racist, non-racist, divide people into city, non-city.
Right.
And I mean, this didn't happen to me, but like the guy I know was like Alexander Fontenay, DJ. He met these guys who were obviously from the country, and they were like, fucking Reykjavik, you know, Reykjavik crowd, blah blah. You gotta smoke? Like, no, sorry, I don't smoke. Fucking Reykjavik, blah blah blah. Like, I think it's because like we don't go and herd sheep, so yeah, it's some weird tension, but it's cool. Everybody's the same under the skin, so.
Yeah, when I lived out there, they had like 2 hobbies: shooting guns and drinking.
Yeah, it's very. That's the thing. It's like very cultural, very sophisticated.
Speaking of guns, we know that one of your most interesting photos, promotional photos of you, is with this enormous AK-47.
Yeah, with the banana clip, with the
2-meter long extendo.
Absurdly long extendo, yeah. Like it's funny because like the original like prototype was even more ridiculous, and it had like it was like, you know, when you see these kind of Guinness World Book records of people with like who don't cut their nails and they just grow them out and they just get these weird spirals and stuff. Like that was the original prototype, that it would just go into all these spirals, like, and it would just go. The extendo would just continue to the infinity or something.
Didn't it break? What happened?
No, but the gun broke in that photo shoot, I remember. Sadly. But it was a toy gun, so whatever.
What I really liked about that picture, if you look at the background on the wall, there's a curvature on one of the spray paints, and it fits right in alignment with the extendo.
I didn't notice that.
It looks totally like planned.
I didn't notice that.
Okay, with that said, how important are visuals to what you do? Like, is it really important?
Yeah, in some ways, because I just feel that I guess I'm just really kind of, it can be interesting how different audio works with, like, corresponds with different video. Like I remember this blog post from Adam Curtis, the BBC documentary maker, and he took like these 2 clips, like he always uses archive footage, and he used 2 clips of like some ballroom dance or some shit from the 50s or something. And like one clip had like a noise track, a crowd rock, like some kind of upbeat, like kind of song. I can't remember which one it was. And then the other one had like burial, like really dark, and it was crazy because then he kind of explained how his perception of like each clip could symbolize with the differing audio, and like the other one, they were so on such polar opposites, even though it was the exact same video clip but totally different music. So that's like always fun, and I just think that for example, especially with electronic music, is that this might have evolved from, you know, heartfelt sadness in like when you're not a very technical person and you just basically don't have a great setup. Like now my setup is better. Like I'm learning in on the APC and stuff like that. But like it probably, that sentiment might have grew out of from just feeling bad from standing in front of my computer on stage. You know, so that's, you know, funny how things come to be. But it's also maybe just my brother helped me. Always helped me with a lot with visual stuff, and And I just think that, yeah, I mean, art and music is very intertwined.
But what do you think about people who just like have the Apple computer on the stage? Like, what's your impression of that? Do you think that's
I've been there, and I feel bad when if I have to do that. If like maybe my APC broke down for Secret Solstice, and I basically so my setup was not very grand, so I had to step it up a notch, with some props and fucking I don't know, getting some
very lovely ladies.
Yeah, it's a very lovely lady too.
Yeah. Oh, we should let everybody know, so we can be a little postmodern here. We can say that our friend Aurelia is taking photos of us while we're doing this. So yeah, just so everybody knows. Taking the photos.
There's like quota for. We always need to have the gender quota here in Scandinavia.
Yeah, totally. So, okay, moving on. So, Solstice is over, ATP is over, Lunga is over. What's the next thing for you to do?
I think, I'm gonna work on my first release. As of now, I'm like. How do you say, affiliated? It sounds like crime or something, but it's like affiliated with Bad Actors Incorporated, which is Ben Cook's label in Toronto. From Ben, the guitarist in Fucked Up.
Really?
Yeah. He's like, because he has mutual friends with me in Toronto, and me and my brother, because he studied in Toronto, and so like our friends hooked him up with Ben when he was going to play with Fucked Up at Airwaves last year, so we became really good friends, and he also kind of, I've been talking to, like, sending beats to Antoine some years ago, because I really dug his rapping when I first saw him, and it was like, he was into it, and he was like asking me to make some beats for him, and I did, but it kind of never came about, because like he is a busy man, so Ben knows him, so he kind of put that back in the motion, so shout out to Ben for hooking us up with that, because then me and Wrong, my friend out there, made this really like it's probably one of the third pieces of music I've ever made, but we made the beat for Antoine and Wiki from Racking on Antoine's new album, Heavy Hearted in Doldrums, I think it's called.
Cool.
And yeah.
But let's backtrack a little bit. How do you know Antoine?
I just found him on the internet.
No shit.
Yeah.
You just like typed it in and there he was.
Yeah, like he wasn't like he was like that was when he was, I think he just made the song. The video had like these, used some stuff from Bullet, the Steve McQueen movie. It was really cool. But I saw that video and I was like, damn, that's cool. And that was like I think it had like 200,000 views. He was like up and coming, underground rapper. Now it kind of blew up a little more. So yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's dope. That's why I didn't stop making electronic music, because like I managed to reach out to some guys that I was personally digging, and they complied. So
speaking of up and comers, yesterday I got to chat with Zebracat.
Oh yeah.
And I'm just wondering what's the story with that? Are you collaborating with him?
Well, if he has the time before he leaves, that's the only question. Because like I think he's leaving in a few days, and he's packed schedules of shit. But I just need the confirmation from that guy.
But you've spoken with him, and it seems pretty legit.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I'd love to do that, because like Anne-Marie was just one of the bangers of that year when it came out. It was such a good song, and just so minimalistic, the beat, and that it works so nicely.
He told me he had that in the chamber for 6 years.
What?
That shit was on like a split with another artist like 6 years ago.
Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I asked him, he produced it himself.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's amazing what you can do. Like, I find that like a lot of producers, and he told me do you know who he fucking works with? Jay-Z and Kanye West. He's working with Jay-Z and...
Well, that's kind of a surprise, but he's like he's obviously a talented dude. So
yeah, and what I find funny is that, you know, when you look at Kanye's repertoire and you look at his,
he surrounds himself with talented young people. That's what he does.
But when he was a producer, you know, he had these horns and all of this huge ass, you know, like Phil Spector shit. And yet, you know, I mean, imagine you're fucking Zebracast and you're like, whoa, it's fucking Kanye, you know, and he hears your beat and then he praises you. That's fucking dope.
That's good. That's what my feeling probably.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
So what's the deal? Like, are you playing any shows in Reykjavik anytime soon? Or?
I'm playing with Slugwalk next weekend.
Right.
I'll try to do a crazy show because we only have, I think, 3 to 15 minutes. So I'm gonna try to stretch that shit.
Okay, so how do you feel about the Slugwalk? Do you think that is a very effective tool to fight anti-feminism?
Yeah, because it strives to make people aware of the cause, which is just one of the most fucked up issues about this country is how rape and sex crime is treated in the judicial system. Because I know for a fact that that's the way it works. It's an extremely difficult process only for the victim, which is the most fucked up thing. So I mean, I guess it's a means to an end. It's probably baby steps, which is just great, and I'm happy to be a part of that. And it's just, I think it doubled in attendance over years. So I think they're going to try to triple it. They said they were going to try to triple it or some shit like that.
So now, for the people who have read the Q&A section that I posted, for the people who've read the Q&A, the first question I asked you is about your name, and you mentioned in that, you say, this might have angered some feminists, or I'm paraphrasing to an extreme, but do you think, like, is there no, as they say, cognitive dissonance in you being named that and then playing at the Slugwalk? Like, is there
I think that's fucking funny. Because, I mean, you could say there's some cognitive dissonance in that. I mean, I also talk about, of course, you don't speak Icelandic very well, but, if you understand my lyrics, like, I just released a song where I'm talking about sending a mail bomb to Morgunblaðið. So I mean, come on, it's shock value. Come on. It's not. I just think it's very funny how people kind of overanalyze that name because it wasn't a thing. Like, it was just it started out as a personal joke, like that thing. So I think it's very. It makes me smile when people are like, what's the deal with the name? I just think it's so funny. And maybe it's good because then it gets people sound like what the fuck, and and they it sticks in their mind because they have to stop and like, wait, what's his name? Yeah.
Well, on that note, since it's getting a little rowdier here, I will say thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, likewise.
And let's hope for you some more successes in the very near future.
Yeah.
So thanks very much for your time, dude.
Cheers.
And that's Chris with Icelandic Music Review. Rock the Wind. Signing off.
Pusswhip.